Hey, fourth graders, it's Mrs. Long here, and today we are going to be talking about balancing equations, and we are going to be looking at true or false equations. And so essentially what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to think when we look at an equation, first of all, quick vocabulary word, an equation is a number sentence that has an equal sign and an answer. Okay, so that's where we would have like 4 plus 3 equals 7. That's an equation. 4 plus 3 is not an equation because there's not an equal sign, right? So it's not 4 plus 3 equals 4 plus 3 equals 7. That's an equation. And so what we're going to be working on is balancing equations. So this right here, what you can see on your screen is a balance, right? And you see that it's going up and down. And then I want you to think like if you were to put items on this balance, what would make it so that they're flat? Like they're even with each other, right? That's how this works, right? If one item is heavier, it goes down. If the other item is heavier, it goes down. But if the items equal the same weight, then the balance sits flat. And that's a way that you could use to measure, but that's also something that we can do with equations. So you notice over here, this scale, they are equal. They are laying flat with each other, and that's what we're going to be looking at with our equations. Are they in fact equal? Okay, and so you'll see this as a true false type question where you're like, true, the equations are equal, or false, the equations are not equal. Okay, and so let's look at some examples. We're going to kind of work our way down this chart, and we're going to start out a little bit easy and work to be a little bit more difficult because that's a great way for us to learn. So their very first equation, notice all of them have an equal sign. That's really important. All right, is 5 equal to 5? If I have 5 on one side and if I have 5 on the other side, are they the same? Yeah, they are, right? It's the same number. It's the exact same number. So yes, this one is true. Those two equations are equal. And just for the sake of my writing with my mouse, I'm just going to write a T or an F from here on out, right? What about 9 is equal to 3? 9 is equal to 3, or 9 is the same as 3. You could think of an equal sign as saying is the same as. Okay, it's not necessarily meaning like it's the answer to. It is the same as. 9 is 3. 9 is the same as 3. Well, if I give one of you $9 and I give another one of you $3, did I give you the same amount? No, they're not even the same number. This one is not true. This one is false. Okay, now we're going to get a little bit more complicated. Just looking at basic numbers, pretty easy, but let's take it a step further. All right, now we're going to put a number sentence where we have an operation on one side of the equation. 2 plus 11 is equal to or is the same as 13. So if I have two marbles, I'm going to pretend that those are marbles, and then I add 11 more marbles, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, is that the same as having 13 marbles? Well, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It is, right? 2 plus 11 is the same as 13. So that one is true. What if I write it like this? This looks a little different, where we write 13 is equal to 2 plus 11. Guess what, guys? You can write it either way, because remember I said the equal sign is really just is the same as, okay? 13 is the same as 2 plus 11. It still is, right? This equation and that equation are the same thing, all right? You can put the equal sign on either side, and it still means the same thing. All right, let's look at our next one. 4 divided by 2 is the same as 42. Well, what does 4 divided by 2 equal? 4 divided by 2 is 2. So is 4 divided by 2 the same as 42? Nope, it is not. So that one would be false. Okay, you're really just like checking, are they right or are they wrong? All right, 25 minus 5 is the same as 20. Well, let's solve this side of the equation because that's where there's a number sentence. So let's solve the number sentence. 25 minus 5 is 20, right? Yep, well, I just wrote the exact same equation. So, yep, that one is true. All right. What if I flip it around? 20 is equal to 25 minus 5. Still true, right? This equation is the same as this equation. But what if I have 20 is equal to 25 plus 5? All right, now I've changed my operation. Before I was subtracting, now I'm adding. So 25 plus 5 is 30. So I can change the order of the equation, meaning I can put the equal sign, the answer with the equal sign first, or I can put the answer with the equal sign last, but I can't change the equation itself and it still be true. 25 plus 5 is 30, which is not what this says. This says it would be 20. So that one is false. All right. Now we're going to get a little bit more complicated. See, we were gradually building up. Now we have an equation, or we have, a number sentence on both sides of the equation. So I want you to pause really quick and think, what would you do to solve? How could you figure out if this is true or if this is false? All right, now you're back with me. Hopefully you've come up with a way to do this. And hopefully that way is, well, I'm going to solve both sides of the equation. I'm going to work it down to being just a single number on both sides because that's going to show me, just like what we started with, a single number on both sides. That's really what we want. So right here, what were we doing? We were saying 2 is equal to 42. Nope. Over here, what we were doing, we were saying 13 is equal to 13. Yep. Okay. We're getting it down to one number on either side. So let's figure this out. 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. Okay. 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Is 5 equal to 5? Yep, it is. All right. And let's look at one last one for today. All right. 2 times 3 is equal to 8 minus 2. All right. Remember, I have to solve both sides to see if I have a good true statement. So 2 times 3 I know is 6. And 8 minus 2 is 6. Is 6 equal to 6? Yes, it is. So that makes it true. All right, so today you're going to be practicing with this. Remember, if there is a number sentence, you want to solve the number sentence to get it down to a single number so that you're working with something that looks more like this, where you're just having a single number on each side of the equation. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.